Dr. Sadhusita Madam to start the proceeding. Madam, may I request you to start it?
Namaste, namaste all dignitaries. With due permission from the person, I am indeed honored and blessed to be a part of this program. With kind permission from Professor Dikshit sir, and my sincere praise to Almighty to shower His blessings to one and all in 63rd episode of the online lecture series on founders and makers of modern geography in India, devoted to Professor A.R. Dikshit sir. May I request Professor H.S. Sharma sir to please say a few words in the beginning. Professor Sharma sir, please.
Good afternoon to everybody, esteemed guests on the board, South Asian geographer and Dr. G.P. Singh, convener and organizer of the 63rd episode of Geographers. At the very outset, I pay my humble tribute to Professor A.R. Dikshit Sahab, who is no more with us. The light has gone, it will never be lit again in our lifetime. As you know that Professor K.R. Dikshit served Savitri Devi Phule College, Phule University for a very long time, and he is known for his extensive work in geography, particularly in the field of geomorphology, environmental studies, and regional geography.
MC.
He has authored several and edited several books and research papers on these topics.
मिस्टी
His research areas
अरे
include,
आवाज नहीं आ रही रे
as I indicated,
तो क्या उधर
am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible. Yes, sir.
हेल्पफुल है
Particularly, he has worked on Western Ghats and regional geography, including work of Gujarat and Maharashtra. His contribution to geography is immense.
करेक्ट
Particularly, the monumental work he has recently completed on northeastern region and regional geography of Pakistan. So these are two very important contributions of Professor K.R. Dikshit at the late age of 1985-87, and he worked so hard on these two contributions. On my behalf, on behalf of you all, I again pay tribute and convey my best wishes for the successful of this 63rd episode. With this, I stop and I request to other persons to say a few words about Professor K.R. Dikshit and his contribution. Thank you, sir.
Sharma sir, for your very dedicated words on Professor K.R. Dikshit, this episode. With due permission of our President, Professor Qureshi sir, may I now invite Professor R.D. Daibai sir to please give a presentation on the journey of K.R. Dikshit sir that has been given to us. Professor Daibai sir, please.
सबसे ज्वाइन करना इसे मैं रजनी वाला से ज्वाइन करना रजनी वाला से ज्वाइन करना
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, excuse me, before starting, may I request all the audience here to mute themselves when any speaker is speaking, because several other sounds are coming.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Professor Jai Bhai.
Yes, sir.
Okay, before just starting, my slides are is visible.
Yes, yes, it is visible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, it is
Yes,
visible,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So just please check slides are moving, sir.
Not
Yet.
moving, sir.
No, no.
Not moving yet.
Yes,
Okay,
showing the first slide.
okay.
Hello.
Can you go please presentation mode? After that it will move, no?
Yeah.
No, sir, he escaped.
Is it visible, sir, now?
No, sir.
It is visible, but not
No.
moving.
Ah, yes.
Yes. Now it's okay, sir.
Yes,
It is
yes.
moving now.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. Good afternoon. Uh, I welcome all the dignitaries for this 63rd episode of the online lecture series on founders and makers of modern geography in India. This started by Institute of Environmental Research and Rural Development, Patna, Bihar. Today's episode is devoted to Professor K.R. Dikshit, who was the former professor and head Department of Geography of Savitribai Phule University. He was patron of the I.I.G, even founder president of the I.I.G, and even former president of the NAGI. For today's program, there are the great personalities of the countries are the present. So I take this privilege to also welcome and the Professor H.S. Sharma ji, who is the patron of the episode. Then uh,
Lecture है.
sure. Then Chief Ghost Santosh Shukla ji. Then convener Professor S.V. Chauhan madam. Then Professor Karlikar sir, who is the first geomorphology student of the Professor K.R. Dikshit. Then special guest Professor V.C. Jha sir. Then guest of honor Anurag Sharma madam. Then Professor Anji from Bangalore. And distinguished guest Professor Sunil Kumar Dey and Atur Rahman from Peshawar. Similarly, also welcome the Dikshit madam. She has also joined today this program. So, Professor K.R. Dikshit, actually we generally call Professor K.R. Dikshit, but his name is Kamal Ramprit Dikshit, who is the distinguished professor of the country. Professor Dikshit dedicated his life to the exploration and teaching of geographical science and leaving an indelible mark on the academic community. So, because of his contribution to the country, when this situation happened, we came to know the Professor Dikshit sir is no more. It was, a kind of situations where the speechless. And then there were, I was not at that place, and then I came to know that I came 2 days back to the Pune, and then I visited the madam, and then we decided to be have some discussions about programs regarding the contribution of the Dikshit. So on the behalf of I.I.G, we had one condolence meeting. Then also in the Department of Geography, Savitribai Phule Pune University also convened one meeting. And today, then DP Singh also convened this meeting. This program actually DP Singh has been trying for last 2 years, but Professor Dikshit sir always denied the things. He always used to say कि देखो DP Singh साहब ये जो lecture आप कर रहे हैं तो मुझे अभी काम करना है. Why you are summarizing my contribution? This is what the words of the Professor K.R. Dikshit, and he always denied it. But now this event happened, and then again DP Singh sir communicated me, and he told me कि जब है sir, now we have to be conduct because this is my dream. I have been trying for last 2 years. Then after his humble request, then we have decided to be organized lecture on his sharing on this his memory on this occasion. Quickly, what I will do, I will go through some details about his contribution, because many people they are not aware about the contribution of the Professor K.R. Dikshit. The generation, those who studied before the 80s, basically, they are quite aware about it. But after 90s, And then later on, so some of the people are aware about it, but those who are the younger generation, they are not aware about it. Even those who are aware about it, they even not know about the what exactly Professor Dikshit has been had been contributed to the geography, because people believed that he was some regional studied or some regional planning, or maybe he was geomorphologist. But apart from that, his contribution is quite even touching to the different streams of the geography and giving some thought-provoking contribution to the reorienting the geography. So little bit I will take the review about his contribution and even his journey, academic journey. He did his in 1950 in Agra University. He's completed his his BA degree, and then in Banaras University he completed his master degree. These are the two. Both institutions are very close to the sir. Whenever I used to meet sir, always sir is sharing all these memories, how he groomed his BA and master degree. He's here. So this was the master degree. Then he came for the PhD to Pune University. Pune University started in 1949, and PhD program started in 1958. Professor V.S. Gannathan, who was the person who was the guide of the sir, and who started the this department actually. Just some problem is he started the department in 1950s, and he was the guide of the sir. And 1961, sir did the PhD, and his topic is related to the that time it was Bombay. Now we are calling it Mumbai urbanization, and it was related to the speciality and challenges. And that work was very much appreciated by the even in the abroad also and in the country also. And this is how this research journey started with the guidance of the Professor V.S. Gannathan. Then for DELIT, after the PhD DELIT, he went to the Sorbonne University in the University of Paris. And visiting the Paris, then the chair of the department of in the University of Paris, sir met him, and he asked what exactly your area of interest. But he said that instead of that, if you take this Pyrenees, the area closer to the Mediterranean Sea, between the border of France and Spain, if you initiate your research, something on geomorphic point of view, so that will be a more interesting. And this is how the Professor K.R. Dikshit turned towards the geomorphology and started his research. Looking to this is how sir has done master, then the graduation, master, then PhD, and then his DELIT. His career as a lecturer, actually his lecturer, he started his in Dayanand College, Sholapur. In 1956, he joined in 58 also, and then MS University, Baroda. Again, sir always telling that it is he directly not came to the university. He came to the colleges, and it was very important for me to be understand what is the situation in the colleges, and mainly the students coming from rural area. I have seen that kind of disparity while even later on also studying at different places also, or maybe teaching at different places. So that actually the one of the very good exposure I got in the beginning. Actually, sir, from the humble building, humble family from the Gazipur district from UP. So he's quite aware about the rural life also. But still, his experience as a teacher, he told us that he learned a lot from this is beginning in the colleges actually. Then MS University, after completing MS University Baroda, then sir came to is a joint reader in Pune University in 1965 and 1977. So this was our old building where the department was exist. It was now is given to the other department, and in 1971, this new department, the present department, the department is shifted to the new building in 1971. So during when he was joined as a reader, so he was in this old building, but when he joined as a professor, become the professor, he was in the new building of this university. So I will just give the idea about the Pune University, because in the initially when University of Pune came into exist, so this was the jurisdiction. Almost 12 districts were there, and Professor Gannathan was there. But when Professor Dikshit was come at that time, so Professor University of Kolhapur in 1964 it was actually separated from the other part, and only there are the 7 districts remain. And here the work, the career of the Professor Dikshit was. Why I'm showing this map? Because the students which are presently, they are more from the Western Maharashtra, and they are all majority in the this north part, then part of the Pune, existing Pune, and in the Mumbai also. Mainly because of it was a vast jurisdiction about that. Even he had a close association with the Kolhapur University because Kolhapur was the part of the Pune University. But later on, just before coming the Dikshit sir, it was only separated, but he had very good association in this part of Maharashtra. Later on, Chennai was separated in 1974, so remaining part of it. Then Dhule and Jalga was separated again in 1990, and these only three districts presently remain in that. But looking to his contribution, almost for this western part, many students are spread across this region. They are in different parts, but this is also that. So this is recently in 5th May 2025. This is just I'm giving the example. MA MSc batch 1974-76. This May only they came, all the students came and they felicited sir. So such way, sir has mentored so many generations, all these regions from the North Maharashtra to South Maharashtra in the western part of Maharashtra. Then later on, sir got also some abroad opportunities also, University of Karlsruhe. He was a visiting professor there in 1st April to 30th September 1972. And then in December 1984, for the 3-4 months, he was in the Technische Hochschule Darmstadt. These are the two institutes he was worked as a visiting professor. And sir's opinion that he shared that he the kind of exposure he got at that moment, it helped a lot to be extend his horizon about the geography. And this always acknowledge the contribution as a visiting professor, whatever the experience got at these places. Actually, I'm just giving the background. Then Professor Dikshit was become the head of the department in Savitri Bai Phule University in 1978 to 1984. Before that, till 1952 up to the 78, Professor Gannathan was the then, and Professor Dikshit, who was after Professor Dikshit, Professor S.C. Gupte become the head of the department 1984 to 89. So this was the duration. Professor Dikshit laid important foundation about the geomorphology in the department. Our department is generally known across the country, is known for the physical geography. And the period of this 1978 to 1984, it was the period Professor Dikshit who really has taken the initiative and strengthened the physical geography. Before that, he started the work, but he strengthened the work during his tenure as a head of the department. Even after that, look at the even he was retired after even retirement. Sir, I think retired in 87 or something that the period. And he 1992 still he continued his passion is continued his teaching. He was visiting professor in Punjab University, Chandigarh, and he was again in the Northeastern Hill University in 2003. The book came on Northeast India. Actually, this was the period sir was got a lot of interest in Northeast India, and this is the occasion through whom that the good monumental outcome is came up. The book published by the Springer in Northeast India. Looking to sir's MPhil degree, there are the almost 13 people have done the MPhil degrees. But interesting part is that maximum people, if you look at the topics in geomorphology, and sir has taken different river basin in the western part, so the part of the Deccan Plateau. Shivganga Basin, then Mura Basin, then Krishna Basin, then Panchganga Basin, then Dharna Basin, Koyna Basin, and he has carried out number of geomorphological studies to understand that. Apart from that, there is one study that spatial pattern of drug retailing in Pune city. This was something other than the geomorphology. But interesting part about that, very few people are aware about that. Sir was because in biogeography there is phytogeography also. It's related to the plants. And he has carried out, one of the students, Nalaude sir, is carried out the geographical study of vegetation of Mahabaleshwar Plateau environment. So this is the way he has started your interest because he studied a lot of botany also. He studied on the kind of class taxonomical study of these plants, and he came up with a very good work on this Mahabaleshwar. So his contribution into the biogeography in specific terms of that phytogeography also. Looking to the PhD degree, first PhD of the sir is done by the S.B. Sawant sir. He was a faculty in the Department of Geography, Savitri Bai Phule Pune University. He was head of when I was the student, so he was the head of the department. And his studies Pune, a study of urban geography. Recently, a history professor met me and he remembered me, sir, the Pune, the book is this because this work is converted into the book, and he told me that so their book is so precious, understanding the history of Pune urban. So such kind of the work he carried initiated with the urban geography because already he did similar kind of work or better kind of work about the Mumbai. But now Savants's work also is very much acknowledged, having much relevance by looking to the history of the Pune city and its urban city. Then Jaimala Didi carried out the central places of the Upper Bhima basin. Same thing about the plant geography, as I told. Nalawade sir did in the MPhil, but yeah, RG Patil did in plant geography. This is the phytogeography is also is one of the branch actually he established in the department. Because his initially, if you look at his studies, more about the settlement geography, urban settlement and rural settlement and so on. But first geomorphic study actually done by the Professor Karlekar, who is the today is going to be read the condolence note. He did his PhD on geomorphic study of the South Konkan. He took this particular latitude longitude area of the Sahyadri crest line to the Arabian coast. And this is how the journey of geomorphology started with research with the Professor Karlekar sir. After that, also, even there were the study of the urban geography development, agriculture, hydrology. But SR Zog also did his PhD. SR Zog is quite familiar because of he was one of the important pillar of the I.I.G. and he did PhD on geomorphic analysis of the upper Bhima basin. But afterwards, maximum people they did the work on the geomorphology. But if you look at the initial phase, up to the 80s, many people the more major focus on the either on the settlement geography or part of the mainly the urban and rural settlement geography. Again, looking to the another aspects of sir, he is an institutional builder. He established the prestigious organization, the I.I.G, what we known about I.I.G, the Institute of Indian Geography in 1979. And he was obviously the founder president of the I.I.G. Like later on also, the Indian Institute of Geomorphologists came up, and Dikshit sir was the founder president of that. I think this is what the information I received. And he has played a very crucial role shaping the contours of the Indian geography through such kind of the institutions. I.I.G, I think majority of the people are quite aware about the kind of work, but the important contribution of I.I.G is the regularly published the Scopus Index Journal transaction of the I.I.G. Under aegis of this I.I.G, the work Sir was worked almost for the 20 years as editor. The benchmark he set for the journal and the expectation he kept from those who are from the next generation of the editors. I think it was mainly because of the kind of foundation he laid at this phase, and that's the reason the journal right from the when it was listed in the Scopus is continuously maintaining its status as a Scopus Index journal. One more important thing about our I.I.G, which Sir has emphasized, that is the annual meet. Sir used to say me always, देखो जय भाई, because when I become the Secretary General of the I.I.G, तो initially he just tried to be give me the idea or expectation about it. तो वो कहते थे कि मुझे कि देखो जय भाई, मुझे हमारा annual meet और journal, these are the two important things. But कई बार हो सकता है because annual meets are depends on the those who are inviting there should be invitation for that. तो कभी नहीं हो सकता है. But journal should publish regularly and take care that whatever the expectation of the people about the journal, what we have to maintain it. So obviously he always emphasized the annual meet because of people should come there. Mainly the young geographers should come. They meet the seniors. There should be a good networking. There should be a mentoring of the people from the seniors. And similarly, the junior, those who are the upcoming the geographers, they will get the platform to be present their work. So this was his thought about the overall by making the geography. The main aim of the I.I.G, what he shared with that, I wanted to be one institution that promote the geography and taking to the and mainly for the younger generation and take because India is such a pan-India country, so there is a need to be also cater the northern part as well as southern part also and even northeastern part also. So looking to the pan-India, I feel that there is also need of the organization, and that's why the I.I.G was started, and this is how the I.I.G has been working. Mainly because of the kind of inspiration, kind of maybe the format he has given, framework he has given, and it helped a lot. We all of us to be continue with that. Apart from these two, his contribution as a transaction and I.I.G, as I mentioned, he was the founder president of the geomorphology. Important that even he was the another institute that is the very prestigious institute, NAGI, National Association of Geographers of India. He was the president of that also. And one of the important thing about the apart from that, sir is also having the interest in prehistory. I will show one slide about it, how he was associated with one now is Dean University, which working only on the prehistory and archaeology. And therefore, looking to his interest and contribution, he also was the president of Society for Prehistoric and Quaternary Studies in 2000. Sir is, I'm telling you, is institutional builder. He is always used to say me, देखो जय भाई हम ज्योग्राफी का एक बड़ा स्ट्रेंथ एक एक स्केल we can see the things from the micro to macro, and when you are working on macro level, so you are solving the problems at local level, but we need to be emphasized on macro level also, because when you are need to be looking to things in a broader perspective, so we can then able to contribute to the policy making or maybe the think tank and so on. So इसके लिए हमें जो बड़ा level पे regional studies है, we have to look into that. And then he encouraged me to be, why not you start the something idea like South Asian Studies Center? Only because of his encouragement and inspiration, I took the initiative and we started this just at the time of COVID only, before the COVID only, we established the Center for South Asian Studies. And he told me that you can have a teaching, then advocacy and research, which will contribute into the policy. Already people are working on this area. So mapping status report we can bring out, and mainly on the non-traditional issues, because traditional issues are the military issues, border issues, what are important. But other than that, like climate change and then disaster and so many such non-traditional issues are coming up from the regional point of view. So looking to the this area to enhance cultural and environmental protection, economic well-being, along with peace and stability among the nation. So मुझे लगता है ये जो thought दिया है, this is mainly because of the we could able to understand and bring out in reality mainly because of Professor Dikshit. That's why I'm telling you, he is a truly institutional builder person. Coming to the his contribution, these are the some of the important books actually contributed. Each book is very crucial and very important in looking to the contribution to the Indian geography. So in 1970, he came up with a book that is published by the National Book Trust of India. That is the Geography of Gujarat. This is the regional study started with that, and this is how he given that when you are studying any region, those are important on how things should be understood geographical point of view. For example, look at the chapters. There are some of the chapters like the people and their habitat, geographical regions, development geography of the state. These are the some of the things he has tried to give the geographical perspective. So वहाँ लिखा is given that the approach is essentially geographical and the subject has been treated in lively and lucid way without introducing much technical and theoretical. This was the generally complaint in the beginning, but this is how the Professor K.R. Dikshit has shaped the regional studies with the geography of Gujarat. Then he came up with a very monumental work published in 1984 by the Maharashtra State Board of Literature and Culture in Maharashtra in map. मुझे लगता है ये जो book है, ये book still it has a relevance. Whenever the people wanted to go and to be get the reference, basic reference, this is the like a gazetteer, this helping to the our people. You can see the topic from the prehistory, proto-history, to the evolution of present state of Maharashtra, to the till coming to the regions of Maharashtra. So many issues he had built, and then looking to his contribution, everything is put it in map format also. Text is there, and the concern map is there. So there were so many requests from the government also, sir, you can start the work. And again, you can update this book because this book is very important from us for the planning and policy point of view. Sir wanted to do it, but because of certain reason, he couldn't able to continue it. But this was still is very important book from the geography of Maharashtra there. The work is came up. I think this is the work environment, forestry, forest ecology, and man in Western Ghats. So if you look at again the content of this topic, मुझे लगता है कि first is the all physical information, second is about the what is the again the phytogeography, and third one is the important thing which Professor Dikshit is believing. Physical geography, no, obviously is very important, but without understanding human or without considering the human dimension, I think we cannot really really understand the geography of the region. So that's why he came up with this third part, man and nature of Mahabaleshwar, then impact of man activities from ecology to economy. I think this is very interesting perspectives given through this book, and this that's why this it focuses on the looking to the summary about this. It focuses on the interplay between the environment, forest ecology, and human connectivity on the Mahabaleshwar plateau within the Western Ghat mountain ranges. And that's why it's believed that this book is not only for geographers, botanists, foresters, along with geographers and development planners, which this book is very helpful. Oh, so he continued research studies, continued. I think this is how, after the retirement, it was just his retirement is only the official kind of thing. But as an academic point of view, he really started his extending his career in the writing some of the best outcome. And one of the book is came that is the Northeast India Land, People and Economy. It is published by the Pringer. So Sunil Kumar Dey is here, Nayak sir and Mahapatra sir, Mipun sir, and many other Bhagwati sir, Vimal Kar, so many such those who are people from the Northeast India, even Patna sir, and so many other people. They are Saikia sir. They always acknowledge that this book is helping a lot to the Northeast India to understand the geography, understand the people, understand the economy, and understanding their roots, the problems of the regional roots, means the problems of this area actually. So this is, I think, one of the very monumental works Sir has published in 2014. There is another book which came up about the India geomorphological diversity. This is edited book. One of the other renowned geographers. It was done with the Professor Vishwas Kare and Yemen Kaur. So this is also very good about it gives the different facets of geotechnical and morphoclimatic characteristics of Indian subcontinent. This is the, I think, recent publication. This is, look at the age of 95. These two books are published. One is Regional Geography of Pakistan, a study in spatial relations, and Land, People and Economy of Pakistan, a geographical perspective. And this was published by the Routledge, Taylor and Francis Group. And this was published by Jutta K. Dikshit. I have taken this photograph of the Ek Bar Sir ne mujhe dikhaya. Again, recently I went and I told the madam I need that whatever the handwritten things Sir have shown me. And this was the chapters they started with Balochistan. So I have a lot of memory about it. I have seen the anxiety of the Professor K.R. Dikshit before the publication. And he, कभी कभी इतने निराश हो जाते थे सर कि कहते थे जय भाई कभी ये बुक आ जाए मेरे पता नहीं मेरे जब तक हो तब ये बुक आएगा नहीं बट दिस इज समथिंग वेरी माय ड्रीम. मुझे लगता है कि व्हाट ही इज थिंकिंग मेनी पीपल आस्क हिम कि भाई आप ज्योग्राफी ऑफ इंडिया पे क्यों नहीं लिखा व्हाई यू आर राइटिंग ऑन पाकिस्तान. So he said that, see, many people have written about India. I also can have so much interest about that. But I came to know the information about Pakistan is very important from our country also. And even people from across the world also. And the kind of work has occurred. I think those, I don't remember the one or two name people take. Such kind of work have carried out. But people are telling, maybe in the Pakistan, this book will be apart from across the world, but this book will be a very crucial for the even understanding the land, people, and economy of Pakistan for the Pakistan people also. So this is the one of the work actually recently come up. One thing I remember what he said about that book. This is the journey of almost 1 decade, and he said, "देखो जय भाई मेरा ये book आएगा जब तक निराश होते थे आएगा या पता नहीं, बट मेरा जो बुक था ये जो काम था तो मेरा ये जो स्टेज में मेरा जो जीने का पर्पस था ये because of this book my life become the period become more meaningful to me, and that's why this book is very crucial for me." And he came up with such a monumental work recently. Now everybody is aware about we planned some discussion about it, but unfortunately we couldn't able to continue. So this is what the contribution about that. But his contribution always acknowledged by I have given some of the important award, 2-3 awards. His by NAGI, who is one of the very prestigious institute of the country, and they give the recognition of his seminal contribution and distinguished service to promoting the cause of geography. He awarded the Bhugal Ratna. Ye jo NAGI ka award is very prestigious award, and in 2016 it's awarded to Professor Dikshit for his contribution to the geography. There is another award, actually, it was recently started by the NAGI, and that is the R.P. Mishra Memorial Award for the Lifetime Achievement in Regional Development and Planning. Recently, Professor A.K. Shah and son of the R.P. Mishra Saab both came to Pune, and when we had a very nice program with very close gathering of around 40 people, and then they awarded to the Professor K.R. Dikshit. So this is the mainly contribution to the regional development and planning. दीक्षित साहब जो लोगों को पता है geomorphology, but looking to his contribution to regional development and planning. So NAGI ne recognize in country who has really contributed significantly to regional planning and development. That is the Professor K.R. Dikshit. This is what one of the important facets of the Dikshit. There is another institute, the National Geographical Society of India, is from the Varanasi. They are working for advancement of geographical knowledge. And they awarded this Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru Award to Professor K.R. Dikshit in 2021. But जब ये मिश्रा साहब का program था, उसी program में we also handed over this trophy. And his contribution, mainly the important, this award is given to field of ecology and geography in India. I think this is what the plant geography sir has contributed. This is human environment or ecology to economy. The approach as he has emphasized for such kind of contribution is acknowledged. दीक्षित साहब वेरी मच क्यूरियस अबाउट दिस अवार्ड, क्योंकि हुआ ऐसे थे कि ये अवार्ड मुझे हैंड ओवर किया था, देन आई हैंड ओवर टू पर्सन, और थोड़ा सा कम्युनिकेशन वो थोड़ा मिसप्लेस हो गया था, एंड इट टुक ऑलमोस्ट 1 year टू रिकवर दिस ट्रॉफी. देन अगेन इट मेक पोस्टेज में काफी खराब हो गई थी. बट दैट डे प्रोफेसर दीक्षित वन डे वाज शेयर विद सी जाय बाय, दिस इज माय एज, आई हैव ऑलवेज क्रॉस द नाउ 95, and there is no meaning if I will get some trophy or, but this award is very important for me for 2 reasons. First reason is that it is on the name of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the person who was, which I believed, उन्होंने मुझे कहा, which I believed he is the modern India का जो foundation है that led by the this Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. This is one thing. And second thing, I studied at BHU. और ये जो बनारस हिंदू यूनिवर्सिटी है मेरे लिए काफी एक अलग जगह है. आई हैव स्पेशल कंसर्न अबाउट इट बिकॉज ऑफ 2 reasons. When this is honor given for on the name of Nehru by the BHU, and that's why this is very prestigious for me. And then this program also we DP Singh sir, DN Singh sir was there, and we handed over to the Professor K.R. Dikshit. Now coming to his, just quickly I will go through some of his publication to get it the idea how he contributed to the different areas of geography. जैसे हम जानते हैं कि दीक्षित साहब is a geomorphologist, but looking to the initial phase, he's all contributed to the settlement geography, urban geography, mostly the urban geography. And but important part about it, sometimes he used to take the administrative area, but one of the area he has taken about the upper Bhima basin. This is what the region he believed that. He always say that not necessary to always look into the administrative region. We should look into some natural region because he believed more in the regional geography, regional approach, and some of the issues, some of the things which are came up mainly because of the regional uniqueness, and that's why such kind of the studies is carried out in the such way. Yes, I told you before that he was president of there is one prehistoric organization, Proto-Historic Quaternary, mainly because of he has been associated with the Deccan College Postgraduate and Research Institute. This institute is in the Pune, and it's historically is very important. Now it is a deemed university. It was started during the British period and contributed significantly to the linguistic, to the archaeology. This is the best institute in the country in the archaeology. This library, I have specifically mentioned the photograph here because he came up with one paper that is Man and Environment, Prehistoric Sites and Settlement, a Paleogeographic Perspective. ये सर का काफी इंटरेस्टिंग एक एरिया था जिसको सर हमेशा चाहते थे. I want to bring up, and he always used to say कि जब you go to the Deccan College, there is the library, Deccan College Library, and you can go inside. You will find best of the ancient books, best of the monumental work. You will have all kind of topo sheets, then gazetteers, what not is there. So this is just I am giving the little bit just some picturized information about it. ये जो जगह थी दीक्षित साहब के लिए काफी पर्सनल थी. ये जो लाइब्रेरी थी दीक्षित साहब ने काफी साल यहाँ जाके इस लाइब्रेरी में काम किया था. And he has very good relations with all these people. यहाँ से काफी लोग पद्मश्री हुए थे. We had one program on the I.I.G platform about the agriculture. So Padma Shri Padaya sir was gave the lecture of that I.I.G Foundation Day lecture actually. And when I went to the Padaya sir and I started explaining, sir, sir, this is where the I.I.G and we wanted to invite you. So he told me about everything. See, don't explain me. I know the Professor K.R. Dikshit very well. He's very good friend. He has been associated with us for the longer time. And then this is what the Dikshit sir was there. So we are thinking. So he was more interested in archaeology, in prehistoric sites, and looking to the this paleogeography perspective also. And this is also one of the I think facets of Professor K.R. Dikshit, which hardly known to the people. Yes, regional planning now NAGI already acknowledged it. After the land people, then obviously Gujarat geography, then Maharashtra geography, then Northeast India, then coming to the Pakistan. Now we are came to know about it. But right from the beginning, he's writing on the regional planning actually through the different papers. So he has written about obviously Bombay was his study area, but functional zones, then then agriculture region of Maharashtra, then some on the India, then emerging issues of regional development. Some of the things he has carried out. Now coming to the his main core area, because once he was initially was the I will say he was more initially the urban geographer, then plant geographer, then regional geographer, and then he became the by the time over the period he evolved as a geomorphologist. And he has interest in Deccan trap, and he came up some of these important paper, that is the landform carousels in the Deccan country, then polycyclic landscape in Deccan trap, and the surface erosion in the Deccan trap. Similarly, he was very much curiosity about the Western Ghats, looking to the Western Ghats overview, then planning of mountainous region. This is how they took the region and gave a thought about the planning also. Then evolution of Mahabaleshwar Plateau, then again the forest of the Western Ghat, then forest. There is another thing, as I told, ecology to economy kind of thing. So Tisli is kind of farming, is very close to the shifting cultivation. And sir has carried out a very good study in the Western Ghat also. So whatever the studied the Western Ghat, apart from geomorphology, he was more interested in planning. He's more interested in the people and their interaction with the environment. Such a good work he has carried out on the Western Ghat also. Obviously, geomorphology later on become his core area. So he came up with such important study about that different part in the Deccan Plateau. सर के साथ कभी भी हम फील्ड पे कभी कभी मौका मिला मुझे जाने का, and even if I'm telling कि सर मैं जवार गया था या मैं I went visited used to sir immediately used to start the geomorphology. This is the way he extensively did the field work almost in the Deccan Plateau region, and he's quite aware about all the basins, all the main rivers, tributaries, what not actually. And this is how he is truly field geographer and came up with some monumental work. And apart from that, he has given not only this is I think very important about the Dikshit, not only studying the things and become master on that. Generally, he has to relate in a broader view also. Always try to relate what happening in the universities, what happening in the India, what happening in the different part of the world, and try to relate work about that. तो हमें कहाँ जाना चाहिए ये दीक्षित साहब का हमेशा सोच था. Looking to his such kind of thing, trends in geomorphology, then landscape metabolism and experimental geomorphology, physical geography in Indian universities, the status of applied geomorphology is such. This kind of paper is only came up because he has more thought-provoking about the development of physical geography and specifically geomorphology in the country also. Apart from that geomorphology, he has given thought theoretical aspects also. जैसे एक तो aspect उन्होंने paradigm shifts in geomorphology पे दिया था, जो transaction में आया था, trends and implication. But also he was more curious about the environment and development and thoughts on poverty and development perspective. एक काफी debate का issue था because the debate अभी जो because Western Ghat is eco-sensitive zone, so there is always debate about environment or development. Sir is little bit more towards the development, and he always used to say ये conservist जो लोग हैं they sometimes go for the extreme. What about the development of the area? What about the development of the people? So he always emphasized that instead of criticizing the development, we should find out, this is what the role of geographer, we should find out some sustainable way which will cater the need of conservation as well as need of the people through the development. And that's why he came up with this environment, science and development. The book on Western Ghat, what I was talking about, the three aspects, One is about man, mainly about that book is still referred in the such kind of report came up, like the Madhav Gadgil came up with the one report about the Western Ghat, and that is about he said that Western Ghat is eco-sensitive, so no further development. So such kind of report also came up, and they also referred the work done by the Professor K.R. Dikshit. Recently, I think this is how Dikshit sir used to think in a diverse way, in different perspectives. One of the papers came in 2023 about the cartographic tradition, innovations and revolutions, the arrival of digital cartography. पता नहीं दीक्षित सर का मैंने देखा था एक लास्ट 7-8 साल से he was more curious about the cartography in India. और हमेशा किसी को भी बोलते थे डिपार्टमेंट यूज्ड टू कम भाई आपके पास जियो इन्फॉर्मेटिक्स से व्हाई नॉट यू आर गोइंग फॉर एटलस व्हाई नॉट यू आर गिविंग द थीमेटिक एटलस काइंड ऑफ थिंग आई विल रीड द वन जस्ट वन पैरा अबाउट इट व्हाट इज हिज कंसर्न अबाउट इट. So I have just taken the part of that. There is no evidence of an indigenous tradition of map making, but there have been scholars and Indology and Indian history who have sought to demonstrate the existence of surveying and the knowledge of cartography in ancient India. Most of these works and reference place heavy reliance on the idea of measurement and geometrical or other specific forms mentioned in the ancient Indian texts. Unfortunately, today, there is no need breed of professional in India called cartographer. No university offer a course leading to a degree or diploma in cartography. And that India does not produce map of any other continent or country or a world atlas, some merit. What is needed is revival of cartography on modern lines by establishing multifunctional institute of cartography. With an aim of preserve past cartographic works, train a band of cartographic on scientific lines, and produce map for all parts of the world, including India. This is what Dikshit sir was thinking about it. वो बोले कि देखो cartography is our identity, and we are hardly somebody is taking the cognizance of that. So this is, I think, concern. I remember that he requested to Mumbai University because Chavan madam is here, and they organized the one program on cartography. Even they also spoke to the Department of Geography in Punjab University, Chandigarh. There was also one program, and Professor Dikshit also shared in that program. So this is how Dikshit was very curious about this one of the branch about this aspect. So despite advanced years, जैसे sir retirement के बाद काम करते थे, so he is engaged in exploring the roots of in the roots and indigenous of paradigms of Indian geography. सर ने एक सोच दी थी कि भाई देखो geography is evolved in India mainly from the Western ideas, और Western geographer को हमने ज़्यादा follow किया है. So what about our paradigms, our Indian paradigms? This is what he used to be thinking about. And then writing on roots of Indian geography, reorienting geography at the university level, geography at the university. इस तरह से he was always thinking about that. Before the I.I.G meet, he has conveyed some program. One of the program, this is why I just got the photograph from the department. Like this is says Tirunelveli में program हुआ था. I think this discussion started from the Tirunelveli I.I.G meet only. Then Bardwan में हुआ था. Then Savitribai Phule University में हमने 2-3 बार किया. Then there was a discussion in the JNU, and once specifically we met in Delhi University. We invited all the people were there from the Delhi and some part of the country to discuss about this reorienting geography at university level and on paradigms of Indian geography. This is what Professor K.R. Dikshit for 1 decade he has continued. Before that he was talking, but he was in action to bring out something about that. One volume is also came up after this Tirunelveli conference, that is about this such kind of the thought by the transaction also. So this is what the Professor K.R. Dikshit is thinking, shaping the Indian geography with indigenous approaches. So this was one of our workshop photograph. I just received it, so I'm sharing here as our memory here. Important thing looking to these on this ground. आपने कुछ उनके अगर देखो तो if you look at that roots of Indian geography, changing Western perspective on geography and Indian context, जो बात कर रहे थे वो सर लिख भी रहे थे. If you look at the period 2005-2006. Almost for 2 decades, sir is working. Sir was working on this. So tending the planets, then the reorienting geography on the university level, philosophy of geography, some issues. Then resource management and sustainable development in India, because sustainable development became a so much word. So he gave the keynote address and the document, nice document came up on that. Then why we teach, what we teach in geography at Indian universities. मुझे लगता है हिल जोग्राफर इज वन ऑफ द यूजीसी recognized very good journal. So these articles came up in that. तो ये जो सर का ये जो dimension है, I think that is what the kind of recognition he's got for the Indian geography, not only for geomorphology, not only for the some other branches, but this is how he was more thinking about what should be a geography in the country. Apart from that, he has worked on the other issues like agriculture, then paper industry, then irrigation, and so on. But looking to the one of the paper that Major James Reynolds, Memoir of the Map of Hindustan of the Mughals Empire, cartography in service of the British Empire. जो mapping का जो काम था, you look at it, this paper is came in 1998. So sir has been started thinking about cartography in India by taking such kind of the works in his studies. Again, looking to the historical point of view, Lord Macaulay's contribution to the policy, then shifting cultivation, like that. So again, one of the like McMahon line. This is what the Indian cartographer, but this was more from the cartography point of view. So this is how sir has contributed to these aspects also. Recently, this is surprising to see this photograph. Last 2-3 years, I think last 2-3 years, when this work was Pakistan is almost to be over. ये stage में after 95 sir started about he was more interested in Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, and he wanted to work on that and write some very good book on Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Similarly, he was more curious about the Maharashtrian culture, and he started reading the Mahanubhav Panth. He started the Nath Panth. These are some of the sects very popular in Maharashtra, and most popular is the Warkari Panth. And he started reading about it, and he always used to ask me कि भाई मुझे book दे दो, कौन लोग हैं मुझे बता दो. So I introduced many people, and even also he spoke to the many people and started working on that. वो कहते थे अगर मुझे 2-3 साल भी मिल गए तो I will bring a very good book in English, because such kind of tradition, such kind of the contribution done by the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj should be known to the other part of the world, and I want to bring out book about it. But unfortunately, he started the work, but this whatever the is no more with us, and that was the very unfortunate part. Another unfortunate part, because whatever he has done, many people told me that okay, there should be some lecture, and specifically Sachidanand Sinha sir told me that I wanted to be a with sir, and even Sri Kumar Chattopadhyay sir also very much say कि ये जो journey है sir का ये सबको पता होना चाहिए. So we organized one program on the April of 25th of April about the Pune dialogue, and that is of the journey of the understanding this Pakistan जो book आया था तो उसके ऊपर था, and second was conversation with Professor K.R. So unfortunately we couldn't able to continue it. Professor Qureshi sir was the chair of the dialogue, and the other program of the discussion, Sri Kumar Chattopadhyay sir was the chair of the dialogue, but unfortunately it did not came up. मुझे लगता है ये अगर होता तो एक हमारे लिए एक ऐसी याद हो जाती जिस सर में कि that will be have inspire more whatever जो कुछ hidden चीजें थी और हम सबको शायद पता हो जाती थी. But this is what the unfortunate part was. So these are the some of the things we still miss that. Apart from that, मुझे जो पता है कि as I have been associated with I.I.G for last 15 years, or many people they used to come, we used to go to the Professor Dikshit sir. Now he was connected to the many generations. Now take the example, Professor Saptarshi is the student of Professor K.R. Dikshit. I have done PhD with Professor K.R. Dikshit, and there is one student, Nitin, who has done PhD with me. So like that, he was connected to the almost 3-4 generations. So many people like that, all from the even my students also. One of the students is writing in political issues related to political geography, mainly South Asia. Sir, always invite him, discuss with him, and also give the perspective about. देखिए मेरा स्टूडेंट जो है जिसका अभी PhD हुआ है, सर उसको बुला के उसके साथ बात करके उसको मेंटोरिंग करते थे. Apart from that, many people, whenever they used to come there, they used to meet the sir. So this is Sri Kumar Chattopadhyay. Always happy to, and whenever you want to sir, अभी मैं पुणे आऊँगा तो मैं सर को भेटूंगा. Tiwari साहब है, then Bhagwati साहब है. Bhagwati साहब also he shared me the photo, and he always sharing the memory with me. Jok sir is also here. Jok sir was the strong support of this I.I.G, who really took a lot of efforts to strengthen the I.I.G. During the later period of after the Dikshit Saab left the editorship. So these are the people usually come to the department. This is one of the photograph at the time of NAGI. अभी डे साहब है, देन सिद्दीकी सर है, नथावत सर है, एच.एन. मिश्रा साहब है, एस.सी. राय है, एच.एस. शर्मा जी है, देन नायक सर है, नीलाद्री सर है. ऑल दिस पीपल, दिस पीपल आफ्टर मीटिंग सर भाई सर के साथ बात करने को. अभी देखिए ये तो हमारे इंडियन ज्योग्राफी के ऑल मेजर पिलर्स लोग हैं. अभी ये लोग जब भी सर को मिलते तो बोलते कि मुझे कुछ आज सीखने को मिला, एक बात होता. या कई बार दीक्षित साहब इनको फोन करते थे तो बोले अरे दीक्षित साहब ने मुझे फोन किया, मैं काफी खुश. सुनील कुमार दे तो हमेशा कहते थे अरे दीक्षित साहब का फोन आया, मुझे फोन करते थे. आई एम सो हैप्पी दैट आई रिसीव्ड द कॉल एंड ही वाज आस्किंग सच काइंड ऑफ द कंटिन्यूअस मेंटरिंग अबाउट दैट. अभी भगत सर 3-4 महीने बाद भगत सर के साथ गया था. भगत सर जब भी मैं बाहर आते थे फ्रॉम IIPS, इंडियन इंटरनेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ पॉपुलेशन स्टडीज, तो आरबी भगत सर, तो वो मुझे कहते थे कि जब मुझे नाउ सर इज रिटायर्ड, ऑल वी आर अवेयर अबाउट इट, लेकिन जब मैं सर को मिलता हूँ तो मुझे अभी भी लगता है कि आई एम स्टूडेंट और मैंने कुछ पढ़ा भी नहीं है और सर ने क्या क्या नहीं, और आई लर्न लॉट ऑफ द हाउ टू लुक एट द ज्योग्राफी फ्रॉम द. देखिए व्हाट इज दिस इज द बेस्ट एग्जांपल ऑफ मेंटरिंग. 2 days back we went to meet the madam Bhagat sir and myself, and when he came out, the Bhagat sir told me, देखो जय भाई, and even he told to madam also, I was really demographer. I almost left the geography, but only because of Professor K.R. Dikshit. Again, I returned back, and now I understand this is what the great things happened to my life. Otherwise, I have missed the geographical perspective in my study. This is how he was mentored. I think many people, many generations, and that is, I think, I believe that's great contribution of Professor Dikshit. In personal way, I'm very grateful to the by my life, because as I joined the university department, and because of my got association, and I got the opportunity to work with I.I.G. Later on, they trust me and they give me the opportunity, and I was very much closely associated with the as a almost like a family members. This was the, and whatever the communication with other people, तो काफी लोग मुझे बोलते तो मुझे भी opportunity मिलती थी सर के पास जाने की और बात करने. This is just symbol. Professor Sunil Kumar Day, he wanted to felicitate Professor K.R. Dikshit when he organized the I.I.G conference, and but sir was guest of honor. Lekin sir, because of health, he couldn't come. Then he told me, please go and hand over to the sir. So this was my one of the just personal association. I think this upper photo is very important. Really, काफी अच्छी यात्रा. So this is what जो later था, this opportunity I got. And share such movement. You can see the photo. देखो सर मैं और मैडम हंस रहा हूँ और सर बिल्कुल आराम से सर ने कोई ऐसा जोक किया तो दोनों हंस पड़े. काइंड ऑफ वो जो एक रिलेशन जो मुझे always in my life, whatever I have achieved, whatever little bit I have achieved, the most important or pressing thing I have achieved, I got very close association with Professor K.R. Dikshit and Professor Jutta Dikshit. I think this is what my thing. Whenever I look at life, so this is the most precious thing. I got almost for the more than 1 decade association with this family and blessings of the Professor K.R. Dikshit and Dikshit Madam. So in the lastly, we all express our deepest condolence on the passing of Professor K.R. Dikshit. His contribution to the field of geography and to these institutions are really immeasurable. We are grateful to be today, who will join us today, who are joined today to honor his memory. They will share some of the thoughts, offer your prayers. So on the behalf of all of you, may his soul rest in eternal peace, and may his legacy continue to guide us and inspire us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Professor Nagai sir, for your very emotional and elaborate contribution of Professor K.R. Dikshit sir and his wider association throughout India as well as abroad, besides his popularity among the students. Of course, the entire journey and his contribution is no doubt greatly accompanied by strong support and contribution equally by Professor Jutta Dikshit Madam. So we all thank Dikshit Madam too for for their great support in this journey. And it's an honor first this program is blessings. I would just like to share one small experience. I had been to Kurukshetra for international conference very recently. And in this 3 days conference, one of the program schedule, I was presenting a paper. So Professor Dikshit sir and Jutta madam came particularly to that hall and they told me, we have come here especially to listen to your paper. I really felt very blessed. I took their blessings and I said that my journey and my travel to this conference has been fruitful with you being present here. So thank you so much, sir. And I say blessings now to give our best to this universe from Jutta madam as well as from Dikshit sir. Thank you so much. Since we have very big luminaries here, dignitaries here present today to offer their tribute to Professor K.R. Dikshit, I would request each one of you to please be brief in 1 or 2 minutes so that all the participants here, present here, who are having quite good association and emotional attachments with Dikshit sir are able to share their tribute on the occasion. So without taking much time and with due permission from our President Kureshi sir, I would now like to invite our chief guest of the panel today, Professor Santosh Shukla sir, to say a few words. Professor Santosh Shukla sir, please.
सच में कमीन बना था कि maybe open your Bharat mobile gallery ऐसे झाका हुआ है नाक दिखा.
Shukla sir, are you there? I'm not able to trace it.
Professor Dikshit, as a student, as a teacher, asked his student, please be careful where you walk. The student Jai Bhai said, sir, you be careful. I am following your footsteps. The deliberations which we witnessed for last 45 minutes clearly indicates how Professor Jai Bhai, along with his other colleagues, is carrying on the legacy created by Professor K.R. Dikshit sir. I'll again like to say, वक्त की हो धूप हो या तेज आंधियां, वक्त की हो धूप या हो तेज आंधियां, कुछ कदमों के निशा कभी नहीं मिटते, जिन्हें याद करके छलकाएं आंसू, वह लोग दूर होकर भी दिल से दूर नहीं होते. This is my humble tribute to him. Last, I'll take a minute. मुझे मौका मिला पुणे की कॉन्फ्रेंस में, जो जयपुर में और बनस्थली में. बनस्थली में एक सेशन चल रहा था दूसरे दिन, और जब सेशन खत्म हुआ हम लोग खड़े हुए तो प्रोफेसर दीक्षित along with Professor Jai Bhai was sitting in the third row of the audience auditorium. Everyone was feeling so bad, और हम लोगों ने कहा सर आप क्लियर नहीं दी. Now it is my age to watch how sincerely you all are looking to your academics. It is a privilege for me to say something about Professor Dikshit. It's a more respect. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much. I'd like to invite our special guest, Professor V.C. Jha sir. Professor Jha sir, please.
Good evening to everybody. Professor Sarmaji, Qureshi Sahib, and all dignitaries, it is indeed for me a great opportunity to be here and pay my humble tribute to Professor K.R. Dikshit. I am well associated with Professor K.R. Dikshit since 1982, and whenever we were meeting, always he was discussing about the geomorphology, and I was also knowing him only a great geomorphologist of India. His contribution in the field of geomorphology, when I had seen his paper, Ravindra Bhai has already given list trains in geomorphology, and that has given the detailed about the future of the geomorphology also. If you still go, I request all of you to go through that paper, although that paper is late, it is, but that gives the focus of the 25 also. So his contribution in the field of geomorphology is unparalleled and very renowned in every aspects. प्रोफेसर दीक्षित when we were meeting, एक बात वो बड़ी अच्छी बोलते थे, आप पेपर लिखो, आप 20 पेपर लिखो, 50 पेपर लिखो, लेकिन लिखो, अगर 20 पेपर लिखोगे तो 2 पेपर जरूर अच्छा होगा, और अगर आप ये सोचोगे कि केवल हम अच्छा पेपर लिखेंगे कभी नहीं अच्छा लिख, ये जो वर्डिंग सुन के थे, ये रियली बहुत ही इंस्पायरेबल थे और वो हमेशा इंस्पायर करते थे। मैं जब भी पूना जाता था, हम इस बार भी लास्ट टाइम नागी में गए, आई रिक्वेस्टेड जय भाई टू अटेंड माय meeting with Professor. I called him also, then he also called me, and then we met. And again, when we met there, and before that also, as Ravindra Bhai has told that the Professor Dikshit had also very concerned with the cartography. Professor Chavan is here in Bombay University. When we had a program in cartography, I had a call from Professor Dikshit, Professor Jha, you must come there because we have to develop cartography in a better way that is lacking. And when we had a discussion, last time I joined and I that time discussed with me about cartography, and he was very much interested that there should be some work in such a way so that world-class atlas can be prepared. So that words still inspire me that we are lacking with certainly India. I have to the world-class atlas preparation and that way. So Professor K.R. Dikshit, his work, his contribution is very, very inspiring to younger generation. As we said, multi-generation. He was mentor for multi-generation and he was also mentor for the multi-discipline professionals. And he had been to Santiniketan also, and he was so humble when I requested him to please have breakfast with me, my family. He had been to my residence, and then he breakfast with and kids and after returning to Pune, then he wrote a very good letter to me, just explaining. I like to tell you that Santiniketan is a good place, and yours is relatively new department. With your boundless energy and sincere effort, you will certainly be able to make it one of the best department in the country. This type of appreciation is only possible from Professor Dikshit. And he also wrote a line that was written to my son that please convey my regards to Mrs. Jha. We remember the delicious breakfast we had in the morning, and of course, I love and affection convey to the young ones, particularly the impressionable little boy who nearly slipped on the KBC. That time KBC was coming, and my son was very much interested. I had a discussion with him, and he pointed and he remembered such type of the homely and family things also. So he was a very humble person. Academically, he has already crossed all the levels. I pay my one. I and thank you very much, Professor Jai Bhai, for giving me this opportunity, and Professor Dept Singh for this particular to share my opinions here in this particular event. Thank you very much. Dhanyavad.
Thank you so much, Professor V.C. Jasser, for down the good memories down the of your association with sir. And thank you so much. And I would like to say, as you have rightly pointed, that the dream which Professor K.R. Dikshit photography, we all have to work towards it. That would be a real tribute to him on this. So let us come to the geographers and see whatever Professor K.R. Dikshit sir has dreamt about improving geography, particularly cartography. We work towards that goal. Thank you so much. Like to invite our guest of honor, Professor Anuradha Sharma. Professor Anuradha, please.
Yes. Good evening, sir, all of you. Today we are gathered online the 63 episode of this series, very important series. Professor K.R. Dikshit is no more. Really, we felt very bad when we got the news. WhatsApp group. I'm away from. I'm working at Mangalore University as a professor. Definitely, the very important icon we lost. Whatever he has done the work in the field of geography, we have to inculcate. I used to give so many examples to our students, younger generation. Whenever I used to meet Professor Dikshit sir, I used to get blessings. And some children along with him also used to not asking the question to new generation. He used to first encouraging the new generation. Whatever you have presented, this is modification he used to tell. He never discouraged. I hope that he has laid the foundation for the subject. Definitely will follow. We'll give so many examples to our younger generation. Because I met first time in 2006 at Banaras Hindu University, and from that onwards, whenever I used to see him, I used to say pranam. Whatever we will inculcate, and we will give the advice to the students of especially younger geographers. We know that so many senior geographers are there. They are all, yes, but the gem he went and he is away from us. We must pray to God to give the rest in peace to his Atma. I hope that the Atma also is looking now online. So Professor Jaiba sir, he has thrown the light on K.R. Dikshit sir achievement. Actually, we were not aware what he has done. By seeing him, we got some knowledge, inspiration and all. So I hope that the teacher must be like that, like our K.R. Professor sir. Professor Dikshit has inspired generation student with the passion for the geography, even though very root cause he has done the work. So definitely we'll refer sir. Professor sir has given very nice Professor Dikshit sir. Thanks. Say thanks to DP Singh sir, Professor Jaibai sir, and I'm also one of the member for this episode, and I must say thanks to all the senior geographers, Professor Qureshi sir, and all of us, Jhar and Shukla sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your given opportunity to me to speak a few words about Professor K.R. Dikshit sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Professor I would now like to invite Professor Anuradha Sharma.
Very evening to all the revered geographers, the senior geographers present here today on this platform. It really is a matter of great pride for me to have shared this platform with such senior doctors of talking about Professor Dikshit, who was basically a geomorphologist, who has had so many varied interests, and the presentation which was made was clearly speaking about his academic acumen in the diverse fields of geography. Though coming from BHU after doing his masters and then going to Pune University and then to Paris and catering more interest in geomorphology after working on his PhD topic on urbanization of Bombay, and then joining Baroda and back to Pune University. His travel, whether it was during his education or during his career, his travel and the interest in the various fields speaks a lot about him as a geographer who can be called as a holistic, with a holistic approach, because getting many contents from the various fields into the geography actually helps in the development of the nature of geography, in which his contribution has been immense, as we have already seen in the various slides given in the presentation. He has studied on river basins. He was writing about the biogeography, the plant geography, the phytogeography, the taxonomy of the Western Ghats, and then urban and rural settlements. He has gone in deep in. Then he was a man of higher academic strength. Not only has given his contribution in teaching and mentoring his scholars, also he has to expand the geographical domains in very, very far. And this clearly speaks when the various associations were actually, having his presidentship, and his contribution in this particular regard has been commendable. Then promoting this subject has been his basic idea and basic vision, in which starting off a scopus journal like Transactions, and I also happened to be a part of the conference which was held in 1992 Delhi. Though I don't remember to have met him there, but yes, during some conferences in NAGI, I had an opportunity of meeting him and listening to his wisdom and his various, contents in geography, what he was interested in, and to the length that he has taken the cartography is really commendable, and that needs to be taken much far, and his dream needs to be realized to whatever extent he wanted it to go on. And of course, if we talk about the regional studies that he was interested in, to have the partnership between the South Asian countries, again speaks of his great academic acumen. Then books that he has written on the different countries, different Indian states, also speaks of his great interest in the literature, not only the geomorphology, but every aspect of geography that we can think of. There is so much can be said about Professor Dikshit, but my tribute to him will be in very simple words that, sir, thank you so much for showing us the path towards marching rest of the subject. Thank you very much.
Professor for the experience with Professor. I would now distinguished guest, Professor.
Thank you, madam. I will not speak anything on Professor Dikshit's academic contribution. Everybody knows it. Distinguished all near and contemporary geography and surrounding countries, including Pakistan, Bangladesh. Firstly, regards from my end to all of you. I will speak to within 2-3 minutes about my association with Professor Dikshit. You know, in 2004, and some of the seniors were taking me to Professor. That time I was afraid. If you ask a question that I may not reply that question. So that's why I have come from far place, but I could not meet him. But after that, almost every year we used to meet, but it remained like this only. But in 2011, I think 2010 or 11, when we met in University of Rajasthan, that time I personally talked with him, and next year we are going to hold conference. That time I was in Tripura University, and he came to Tripura also. Everything was done systematically, and he, after that, almost every month he was touring me, every month. Last time, I think, with Professor Joy Bhai, we went at his home, and he suggested, about 2-3 years back, and he suggested, this is the inculcation from Professor K.R. Dikshit, that the geography is going to be complete in academic institution for 100 years. So why you have the ability to organize this? I told him that, sir, I will not be the leader. There are many senior geographers. I can organize the meeting. Professor Qureshi, Professor Sharma, Professor Shikma Chattopadhyay, many of them, Professor Joy Bhai, all these people are there. We have met online several times. But ultimately, his mission was to publish a complete cartographic volume of India, and state-wise this geography development, it could not materialize because of some many reasons, you know. After that, we decided that we hold a IGI conference in Nehu, where the theme will be 100 years of geography in academic institutions. And it is postgraduate department, of course, because geography was practiced many years before 100 years in India. But for the first time, the academic department was established in Muslim University, and after that, it has been continued. So anyway, the conference was successfully. We missed him because he could not come physically. He could not join also online because there was internet problem. After that, almost every month he used to ring me. If I do not get any call from Dikshit, then I used to ring him. But when he was shifting his residence from the old place to the new place, about 3-4 months we didn't get any call. Then I was quite worried. Then I talked with Ravindra Jai Bhai that what happened. Well, now their quarter being shifted, so he's not ringing. And always he used to motivate us. You know, calls from different organizations, from I.I.G, from I.I.G. But I consider the president of the International Association of Geography, when I visited his home, he arranged hall and our bouquet to receive. I was telling him that, sir, I am not fit for getting this award from you at least. Well, no, although you are better than me, but you are trying to for our country. So that is why But I think many of you will believe me, he was a complete geographer. And Professor Robindra Joybhoy has elaborated in details about his works and activities. So we certainly will miss him physically, but he will be in our mind till the last day of my life, at least. So with these few words, I once again thank you very much, and hopefully we'll meet physically sometimes. Thank you very much. And I especially thank Professor D.P. Singh and Madam to organize this online event of 63rd episode. He used to tell me so many times, but I could not make able to join. But this time I made it join. I could make it. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you so much, Professor. Definitely very motivational to everyone. It's appreciating small things that really going in all possible ways that we can. Appreciation is very published and everyone. This Professor Dikshit has rightly done with each one of us, I'm sure. Thank you. Now, invite observer from Saga, Professor Saraji sir. Professor from Pakistan. Please say a few words. Are you there, sir? Sir, I joined. Professor Shivaji.
Please unmute.
तो साई सॉकेट्स देखो ना, ये क्या देख रहे हो, घोड़ कर रहे हो। ये एक ऐसा बल्ब आता है ना,
Please unmute.
मेरे को ऐसे ऊपर चिपका है, तो लाइट जैसा अच्छा लगता है, ऐसे वैसे रिमोट टाइप सा लगता है। बल्ब आता नहीं हमारे यहाँ रखा राधे कृष्ण का, इसमें बल्ब डाल देंगे।
चव्हाण मॅडम, दीक्षित मॅडम पण जॉईन झालेत बरं का.
ओके थँक्यू.
त्यांनाही बघा 5 मिनिटं बोलू शकतो, 2-3 मिनिटं बोलू शकतो.
I would request then Professor Dikshit Madam to please say words on this auspicious platform. Professor Dikshit Madam, please.
Good evening to you. Good evening to very well documented, and he spoke well. I could say many things, but I think after you have said so much, I cannot add something directly at this moment. So I thank you very much for all your good words, for all your good thoughts, for all your good wishes.
यही थी, आइए दिखाएं.
चव्हाण मॅडम.
Perhaps Professor Chauhan Madam has some trouble in internet connection. So on behalf of her, may I request our friend Professor Safdar Ali Siraji of Lahore to say something. Professor Siraj, sir.
Thank you very much, Professor Darwin. So we are all gathered on the 23rd episode of the online lecture series, Founders and Makers of Modern Geography in India. And today's episode was denoted to Professor K.M. K.R. Dikshit, and I have of geography in India, as well as his contribution towards writing two books for Pakistan as well. I'm really amazed to see how much he has worked on geomorphology, on ecology, on biogeography, on urbanization, urban-rural geography alike. In addition to that, he has worked on the cartography and he has produced maps of the states of India. And I'm really amazed the amount of work which he has done. And the presentation which was given by Ravindra J. Bhai, he collected a lot of material about him. And it was also supported by the pictures as well as the monograms as well. So I'm really happy to be part of the lecture. Best for the late Professor Dikshit. And I also appreciate the work which you always carry out in forms of these lecture series. So far, we have conducted 63 episodes, and all the episodes were very good for the understanding and knowing about the contribution of geographers across the subcontinent. I'm grateful to all of you for having me on board. Thank you very much.
Now, I have to request Prof. Sarana P.B. Singh to speak something.
Namaste, thank you very much. We all know the master and that our relationship continued. And the last only on the 10th of March discussion, he telephoned me that what are you doing? Something. The most important thing I learned from him to maintain the identity and Indianness in geography of India. That is the major thing, and in some of my articles I have already written that. So one side we are trying all contribution, on the other side we have taken to what vision, in my perspective and approach that I put two considerations geography and to maintain that by in geography so as one of the visionary geographer to maintain the identity of Indian geography. So all my respect, pranam to the great grand master and guru of all the gurus. Sadar pranam, namaskar.
Of to okay.
Being President and all the dignitaries of my lecture series. Thank you very much for inviting me to important forum. Now I'm honored to join you. After listening to Professor Jabba, I came to understand more deeply Professor K.R. Dikshit was truly one of the most distinguished geographer professor at Pune University. He also served as a former chairman of the NAGI and was among the most respected figure in Indian geographical scholarships. I understand that he was widely recognized for his remarkable contribution to the discipline, particularly to his pioneering research in geomorphology, which laid strong foundation for understanding the physical landscape of India as well as in Pakistan. Beyond his research, Professor Dikshit was an inspiring academic leader whose version and dedication helped strengthen the discipline of geography across the country. His scholarships, combined with the commitment to the academic and institutional development, has left a lasting legacy that continue to shape geography in India and beyond. On this occasion, Professor Jayabaha delivered a very truly and memorable and heartful speech in honor of Professor Dikshit. His words paid tribute not only to Professor Dikshit's exceptional academic career, but also to his invaluable role in nurturing geographical community and influencing the directions of the geographical research in India. So finally, let me once again express my sincere thanks to Professor Devendra Singh and all the members of this important program and also for meeting with the important, meaningful meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, very much. Now I have to request our friend from Kathmandu, Nepal, Professor Uttam Sagar Shrestha, to speak a few words.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yes. Thank you, Professor Devendra sir, for giving me a chance to say a few words on today's program, 63rd KRK Dikshit program. It's very interesting, and we have learned a lot of things from him. And I came to know that from all these activities, even our Dikshit sir work on the map and all these activities, which is really interesting and which is really meaningful during the 1980s to 2000s. That's why we are going to designate most of the some of the area under the map program. That will really give us a chance to do some works. Actually, this is a part of geographer's work. Geographer's work, and that should be the part of our country and India and all other parts of the country also. That's why, having said all these things, I really pay tribute to the K.R. Dikshit and all. I like to say thanks to Devendra sir and all the members who are presenting in this program. Thank you very much, sir.
Hello. Now, Madam Chauhan, carry over the job. Madam, you are not audible.
Yes, namaste. I'm extremely sorry for getting disconnected. Kindly excuse me. Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. I would now like to invite Professor A.R. Siddiqui, sir, to please say a few words. Professor A.R. Siddiqui. Okay, Professor Salahuddin, sir. Request Professor Nasser to please say a few words.
Good evening, everybody. I'll straight away come to the point. I became close to Professor Dikshit when he approached me to organize I.I.G conference in NATMO, and perhaps it was 1997 or 98, something like that. I willingly agreed to do so, and then he said to become president of I.I.G, and which continued, and I kept on attending the I.I.G conferences wherever possible. Recently, he has been in touch with me. In fact, 10 days earlier, before his death, also he was in touch with me regarding his book, the books on Pakistan as well as for Northeast India. He wanted to know about the boundary status, how to show on the map, etc., which I tried to help him whatever possible ways. I also remember that once I was completing my term in NATMO, so one of the last publication which I took up was on State Atlas of Gujarat. And then I approached him to provide me his atlas, which was very rare. I couldn't find anywhere. So he did so and sent me his maps in Gujarat book, as well as the other book on Gujarat, which helped me to prepare the State Atlas of Gujarat, and it was published also. So, friends, his concern about cartography was there. Uh, he wanted to have set up for world mapping. Uh, Considering his views, the earlier atlas of produced by NATMO, India and the World, which was enlarged and was again enlarged version was printed almost at the time of my term being completed in NATMO. So we tried to follow his whatever he wanted to do in the field of cartography in best way possible. And otherwise, also he was socially also very close. Whenever I used to go to Pune, I also every time I visited his place. When he came to Calcutta in 2012, if I remember correctly, with Madam, uh, he made a point to he met several times during his stay. So it was a close call between me and him, which continued for till the time, as I mentioned earlier also, and his concern about he was explaining his book on Pakistan. He contacted again much before COVID or around COVID about celebration of 100 years of Indian geography. All sort of things he used to be in touch with me. Now I will miss him. Once I get a to Pune, I will miss Prof. Dikshit is not there, or if I wanted to consult anything, I will always miss him. That a guiding force is no longer there. So, friends, my connections with him will be, I will and take his guidance seriously, whatever possible I can do now. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Yes. Thank you, Professor Prithvishnath, sir. What is right, we all are missing and will be missing, but we have his contributions with us to give our best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now I would like to invite Professor Sudesh Nandia Madam to please share a few words. Professor Nandia Madam, please.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
madam.
You are audible.
I'm sorry I joined late. I had some commitment outside, so I just came and sit on this conversation. All right. I feel really sorry to hear about Professor Dikshit's sudden departure, I would say, from us. In fact, I met often Professor Dikshit and his wife somewhere in the northeast in Shillong during my trips over there, because he had been doing some intensive studies, and I always used to wonder what kind of data he's in a position to collect,
especially in areas which are otherwise inaccessible. But I believe he had the knack of it, and he used to talk very fondly about his various visits. One of my best strategic meeting with him was when ICSSR stopped funding the journals, and his journal was one of them. He tried, and ICSSR, I think they were trying to somehow or the other take out some of the journals for funding. So he approached me, he said, if you can do something in Delhi. And I tried to contact ICSSR, and maybe it was his luck, good luck or something. And ICSSR finally granted the bill, granted resources. And in fact, one of the person who was very instrumental was a colleague of mine in CSRD. And he said, you let them know that we are not going to reduce funds for any of the geography journals. And after that, our correspondence and our contacts became stronger. When the conference was, I.I.G conference was held in Delhi, I was asked to take over as president of the association. And since then, I have been closely associated with his organization. And whenever I went to Pune, I enjoyed the hospitality of Professor and Mrs. Dikshit at their residence, and they used to talk a lot about the subject. Just 2 months back, he gave me a call, and he talked very extensively about the future of geography, and also the way we, especially Professor Devendra Singh, had been collecting information about the growth of geography in India and also the geographers. And he was quite impressed, and he was just trying to share his opinion as to how all this should be published and should be brought in a form which can be kept for the generations. His departure has been a real loss for the subject. And I was really shocked because one after another, we missed out at 3 senior most geographers of our country, Professor Ramachandran, Professor Dikshit, and we also had a person from a professor from Hyderabad. I wish all the 3 persons, they have their place in the feet of God, and they are blessed. They keep blessing us. They keep blessing the subject. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nangia Madam.
Thank you.
For the tribute on this occasion. I would now like to invite Professor Lakshmi Madam to please say a few words. Professor Lakshmi. I think Lakshmi Madam is not able to hear me. So may I now invite and request Professor Kumaraswamy to please say words. Professor K. Kumaraswamy. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Is it okay?
Kumar,
so distinguished,
but Kumar Swami, yes.
Yeah, distinguished professors, it is the 63rd episode. I thank Prof. Singh to invite me and then talk about a few words about Professor K.R. Dikshit. I know Professor K.R. Dikshit from 1979 when I was a student at CDSA of Pune. I used to go to Professor K.R. Dikshit's house, and then he he was not considering me as a student, but as a colleague. So that kind of so the attitude he had in with the students and then the faculty members, it was extraordinary personality we are missing today, and we have only a handful of personalities of say 90 plus geographers, and we have to get blessing from all these senior geographers and get inspiration from all of them. Thank you very much for inviting me, madam. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kumaraswamy sir, for being there. Now I would like to invite Dr. Ganesh Pathak sir to please say a few words. Dr. Ganesh sir, please. I think Pathak sir is not able to respond here. Now I would like to invite Professor Dolan speech. Professor sir.
Yes, madam. Okay. It's simply impossible to express in words of the passing away of Dr. Dikshit sir. As you know, I am his first student getting PhD degree in geomorphology. I worked for my PhD in coastal geomorphology under his able and inspiring guidance between 1978 and 1981. Remembering the closeness that I developed with him in last so many years, especially since my PhD work, makes me very sad after his demise. I was always connected with him easily because of his very pure mind and his sincere attitude to help in every difficulty. I got involved in research in coastal geomorphology because of his effective style of teaching when I was doing my MS. My understanding coastal layers, their formation and their geochronological. He suggested many things to improve the quality of my PhD research work, such as chemistry and formation of laterites, then ideas of fossil beach dune rocks in the sea cliffs, in basaltic, lateritic, and granitic terrain, etc., and many such things, tricky things. All those things surely enhanced the quality of my work and got very good and encouraging remarks from my external German referee. He was very particular, Dr. Dikshit was very particular about the quality of the research, its relevance and its contribution to the subject. He was very humble and tried every time to encourage me for field work, which was not very easy in those days. I remember many things shared with him and realized what a godly man I was in the company of. His association also made me realize what it means to live with a passion for research. I don't think sir will ever be forgotten. I also feel that it would be a true tribute to him to pass on the invaluable wealth of knowledge gained from discussions with him to others. In his living memory, I can only say that it is simply not possible to express in words the immense sorrow of the passing away of my most beloved sir. I was indebted to him forever. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Kalekar, sir. Indeed, you are the jewel of Professor K.R. Dikshit.
Thank you.
Jewel, but being the first PhD scholar and on pertinent topic of coastal geomorphology, which you are definitely giving through different workshops and across.
Yeah.
Saying your condolence.
Thank you. Thank you.
I would now like to request our president of the session, Professor Emil Kureshi, sir, to give his Professor Dikshit, sir,
Madam,
please.
request that a few senior persons are here, so we should request to pay the tribute to Professor Dikshit, like Professor Rana Pratap, Professor R.S. Jadhav, and a few more people who want to pay tribute to Professor Dikshit. So we should invite them for a few words.
I'm extremely sorry because I was connected in the and I thought I must have spoken. Okay, person from Kuresh, sir, you may please invite them, please.
No, if they are invited, there is no problem. Please.
Yeah, Professor Rana, sir, please.
Yes. Thank you, Madam. Professor S.S. Qureshi, President of the Day. S.S. Sharma, our Patron of the Day. Friends, actually it is a very important day for us that we are discussing the demise of a great geographer of our country. He was really a very nice gentleman, always smiling, always advising, and I am very fortunate when I was visiting Pune, my son's residence, I was always meeting him in person. Madam Jutta, she always served me with a cup of tea. Thank you very much for that. But now she is alone. I share the trouble, what she is feeling. But we all know that no one is permanent here. Everyone has to go one by one. So actually, we are feeling very bad. We are feeling very isolated in the absence of Professor Dikshit. He was our guide. He was our guardian. And he talked a lot about the development of geography. Whenever I met him, he was always asking, Professor Ranaji, what you are doing? When I became the president, he telephoned me, the president of NAGI, he telephoned me, congratulated me. And he told, when you came to meet me. Unfortunately, since then, I was not able to. So I am very sorry. And I pray to God that please excuse me with so many causes I could not see in person. And I could not attend his call. So really, it is very sad for us that we are talking, we have lost our great geographer. And I pray God. Thank you, Devendraji. Thank you, Sumita Chauhan, for the moment you have given me chance to express my good wishes and my homage to, and I wishing him for long peace, for heavenly journey. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Madam Convener, with kind permission of the chair, I have to add a few points. Should I add? Respected Chairman, sir, and Madam Convener, the demise of Professor K.R. Dikshit has saddened the entire geography fraternity of the country, and particularly myself, because he was the man who patronized, who guided, and led us towards the organization of online lecture series on founders and makers of modern geography in India. I remember 4 years and 6 months earlier, when the idea cropped up during the Corona lockdown, I requested Professor Dikshit that, sir, we are going to organize online lecture series on founders and makers of modern geography in India. And I have to request you that you please preside the first episode. Professor Qureshi Sahab is there as a witness, and Jai is also here to support my saying that he very willingly agreed to preside over the first episode on the 27th of June 2020. And Professor Jai Bhai has provided technical support for the job to Professor Dikshit. On the completion of 1 year, on the 27th of June 2022, we again requested Sir the and again Professor Dept supported him technically. On the third anniversary, on the 27th of June 2020, we again to and he kindly and done the job. But after that, my my program continue for 3 to 4 2 3 hours, and a man of 95 plus feel very trouble to be seated there. So please, you are spare Professor Dikshit for the job, and I accepted the suggestion of my leader, Professor Kuti, and hired him. I requested Professor Dikshit to pen down the forward of the series, and I am very sorry to note that I have purchased air tickets from Pune, from Patna to Pune and back, and I was scheduled to visit Pune on the 13th of September to be 2-3 days there and collect the forward note of Professor Dikshit. But I am very sorry that I have returned tickets because Professor Dikshit is no more there to and write down the forward. So it's a very great jolt to our episode and our commitment, and how I shall incorporate the forward note of I will discuss with my friend Jai to compensate loss. I attribute to the departed great and leader of Indian contemporary community to be rest in peace in the heaven. Thank you very much, madam. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, my humble request to our president, Professor M.H. Qureshi, sir, to please give our president remarks.
Thank you, madam. And thank all the dignitaries and colleagues who have been attending this particular session to pay homage to the memory of Professor Dikshit. At the very outset, let me also pay my homage to the memory of the great scholar, Professor Dikshit. But I don't think that he is left. His body has left. If a student can live through Alexander, then Professor Dikshit can live through all his students, through all his books, through all his friends. And moreover, if we believe in the concepts, Atma is energy, and energy is just destructible. It can never be destroyed. And if God is energy and Atma is energy, then the energy merges in the energy, and there is And then we also are told that Atma never dies. Nainam Chedanti Shastrani, Nainam Dahati Pavak, Chainam Dhyantyapo, Nacha Shoshet Marta. So it is beyond the effects things here in the world. It is beyond. And moreover, it can change the body. Basana Grati Taina Day. When clothes get destroyed, and it has uh, uh, very, very weak, then it has changed. If we believe, even in our Islamic concept, the never dies. Your body, it is buried, but the root is put in very deep sleep, and then it will be revived at certain type that is known as day. So, Dr. Dikshit's going to live within his work, the students, and lucky that I was the attendee of the NAGI conference in Udaipur when he was elected as the president of NAGI in 2009. And it was my luck that in Allahabad in 2010, I was president of NAGI. So I was blessed by him as president of NAGI immediately after him. He has great consideration for me. No, at no point of time when I phoned him, he left without talking for about an hour. He was which we discussed in Ramadan, discussed in Bardhan, and discussed in I.I.G conferences. Different, what is asking question? What is geography? What is geography? Is this everything which is there under the firmament is geography? Or we have such content within the geography? So that was the greater concern of Professor Dikshit, which was bothering him, and he was seeking always to discuss every time. So physically, that there is a great loss. The contributions are going to wait. His contributions and the students who are going to mature, they will carry the message which has been given by Professor Dikshit, and uh, we are sorry for his physical disappearance, but his intellect is will be there to guide us. I pay my homage once again and pray that his soul rest in peace. Thank you very much for giving me this chance of presiding this very large, long meeting attended by so many scholars. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Professor Qureshi. In fact, we are blessed to have you as a president of this episode.